Getting directions to Ouachita Baptist University.
In a season that has been like no other, this week has also been like none other, well, that most of us can remember here in Southwest Arkansas, as the campus of Ouachita Baptist University was much like the rest of South Arkansas, covered in a lot of snow, about anywhere from 18 to 20 inches of snow falling on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University earlier this week. But nevertheless, we are here. We are inside Bill Vining Arena for Great American Conference basketball between the Ouachita Baptist Lady Tigers and the Southern Arkansas Mule Riders. The Tiger women's basketball team comes into today looking for its first win of the season, and they will try to get that. They were supposed to play last Saturday at Monticello. That game was postponed due to COVID restrictions. They were supposed to play on earlier this week. Thursday night's games against Harding were canceled because of snow, but they are back on the floor where 8 days ago they took the nationally ranked Arkansas Tech Golden Suns to overtime before dropping a heartbreaker, a game in which Ouachita led a lot of the second half, but the Golden Suns were able to tie the game in regulation, send the game to overtime, where Arkansas Tech got the victory over Ouachita 94-89. Tonight, this afternoon, the Tigers will face a Southern Arkansas team that is also struggling somewhat in the 2020-21 campaign. Southern Arkansas, under head coach Adam Collins, comes into today's game with a 2-7 record, 1-7 in the Great American Conference. Let's take a look at what else is going on around the Great American Conference today, as the Tigers and Mule Riders are here for a 2 o'clock start. Arkansas Tech is across the street at Henderson State for a 2 o'clock start. You see the UAM at Harding game was canceled. Over in the Western Division of the Great American Conference, Southern Nazarene at East Central and Southwestern at Southeastern in a rivalry game on the west side of the Great American Conference. These teams are positioning themselves for the Great American Conference tournament. And the format, as the Great American Conference announced some mix-up. These teams will play the last couple of weeks of the season for seeding. You see there on the eastern side of the standings, Arkansas Tech holds a commanding lead in first place. Southern Arkansas and Ouachita in 5th and 6th as we go into today's game. On the western side of things, Southwestern Oklahoma holds a commanding lead, a 3.5 game lead actually, in the GAC West. This will be a GAC Conference tournament at the end of this season that is different. The first rounds will be played at the higher seeds between the interdivisional, and then the intradivisional between each division. And then starting with the quarterfinals, the Great American Conference announced this week that you'll play someone from the West. If you're in the East, you'll play the 1 or 2 seed from the West. We'll be talking about that later in the season. This is the next to last home game, so it's our next to last broadcast of Ouachita basketball this season, as the Tigers and the Mule Riders are just about 5.5 minutes away from the starting lineups. And after the game, after this break, we'll come back with take a look at today's teams, some players to watch, some team stats after this timeout. It's the Tigers and the Mule Riders, women's basketball in the Great American Conference coming up, and we're glad you're with us today on a sunny day in Arkadelphia. Thank goodness, and the temperature's finally above freezing. We'll be back with more after this timeout. You're watching the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours. In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because
We are back at Bill Vining Arena as Ouachita and Southern Arkansas are preparing for the Great American Conference matchup today. Let's take a look at these two teams. You see the stat comparison on the screen. Southern Arkansas, these two teams like to get up and down a little bit. You're going to see possibly a few points. Both of these teams, their last games, they lost to Arkansas Tech, and both were high-scoring affairs. Obviously, Ouachita's was in overtime that we talked about before the break. But Southern Arkansas also had a high-scoring game against the Golden Suns the day before Valentine's Day on February 13th. That was the Southern Arkansas's last game, as obviously neither of these teams will have played this week due to the winter weather that hit South Arkansas and most of the state and most of the region. Both teams relatively even. Southern Arkansas with a narrow edge on field goal percentage. Ouachita with a narrow edge on three-point percentages, although I know Coach Collins of SAU and Coach Dallimore for Ouachita would like to see both of those percentages a little bit higher. Both teams have scored several points a game, but they also give up some points. So we could have a high-scoring game when you take a look at the points per game and the points allowed per game category there. Almost even on rebounds, and you see the assist and turnovers. Let's take a look at players to watch for this game. A couple of the leading scorers for both of these teams. For Southern Arkansas, Diamond Morris leads the Riders with 13.6 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, 2 assists. Michaela Miller, the sophomore point guard, leads way offensively for Ouachita with 18 points per game, 6.5 rebounds per game, and 2 assists per game. Michaela has really run the Ouachita offense well in the 3 games that this team has played. Again, if you haven't kept up with Ouachita women's basketball this season, you're not missing many games. The Tigers have missed several games. Only the 4th game that they've played because of a couple of different COVID protocols, COVID quarantines, and eliminating some of those games. And also matters with other teams that have caused Ouachita to miss games as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups for both our teams today. And then after the starting lineups, we'll be able to see those teams announced on the court by public address announcer Casey Model. First for Southern Arkansas, we'll go with Ariana Gwynn, one of the junior guard. Kesey Young, a senior forward at the other guard spot. In the middle, Kinsey Ezekiel, a junior guard. Cameron Fennell, the junior guard. And the 5th starter is Jessica Jones, the junior guard for the Riders. For the Ouachita Tigers, they will go with Maya Gertzon, one of 2 seniors on this Ouachita team. Maya averages 13 points and 5 rebounds per game. She started all 4 of Ouachita's games. Ray Osborne gets her 2nd start of the year, averaging 7 points and 9 rebounds in the 1 game against Arkansas Tech that Ray's been able to play. Michaela Miller, the leading scorer for Ouachita, as we mentioned, 18 points, 6 rebounds, and also the leading team leader in assists. Eden Crow, the other senior on this Ouachita team, 11 points and 7 rebounds for the senior from Genoa Central. And then Kaylin Wright, junior guard. She averages 6 points and 2 rebounds per game. Those are the starting lineups for the Ouachita Tigers under second-year head coach Robert Dallimore. Southern Arkansas is under the third-year coach Adam Collins, who came to Southern Arkansas, has been a Division II head coach for several years, Charleston Southern, and then also spent some time in Arkadelphia as a men's assistant at Henderson State University during the 2005-2006 season. Let's go to public address announcer Casey Model for today's starting lineups. There you have it, the starting five for Ouachita and Southern Arkansas take the floor, and we are about ready for Great American Conference action in a game that we didn't quite know if it would be played or not. That's been the situation every game, actually, this 2021 season, but this one for different reasons than COVID. A snowy week in Southern Arkansas South Arkansas to say the least, but we are playing basketball, and the Southern Arkansas controls the tip, and that is Gwynn. Man-to-man defense from the Tigers. Ouachita trying to get the first win of the season. Southern Arkansas 2-7 on the season, 1-7 in Great American Conference play. The Tigers were close in last week's game. It was a nice pass underneath on a backdoor cut. Kesey Young cuts backdoor, and a foul is called on Eden Crow. That is Crow's first foul, first team foul. And going to the free throw line for Southern Arkansas is Kesey Young, where on the season she is exactly 50% from the free throw line. She gets Southern Arkansas on the board first. Missed second, but then in a nice hustle play by Southern Arkansas to get the offensive rebound. That's Kinsey Ezekiel. Traveling violation called on Gwynn, and the ball will go over to the Tigers. Southern Arkansas putting in man-to-man pressure. Full court. Kayla Miller and Osborne working the press. Nice job of breaking the press by the Ouachita offense. Nice dish off from Gertzone to Crow, and the Tigers have their first lead of the game. Southern Arkansas quickly ahead. We talked about how these teams like to get up and down, and this has been a fast-paced first minute in transition. Jones has the ball knocked away by Wright. Nice recovery by Wright on the baseline. Gertzone cut off. Jones will pull up with three on the shot clock. The three-pointer from the left wing is good. Southern Arkansas regains the lead and puts the pressure on. Ouachita quickly ahead, beats the pressure. Nice job, Miller, and that is a blocking foul called on Southern Arkansas, Cameron Fennell. Michaela Miller drew that foul. And Ouachita will inbound the ball under its own basket. Crow looking for a nice up and under move from Crow. She has all 4 of Ouachita's points. And we are tied just quickly the other way. Kesey Young gets a layup, and we have wholesale substitutions ready to come into the game for Southern Arkansas at the next dead ball. This is a fast-paced game. Made me act like I knew what I was talking about in the pregame. Crow, offensive rebound. Missed, offensive rebound, put back. She's got 6 quick ones. Speaking of quick, here come the Riders quickly down the floor. Osborne knocks it away. 3-on-1. Wright has the ball knocked away from her. Mitchell with the rebound, and it falls through. Now foul is going to be called on Ouachita and Ray Osborne as Kinsey Ezekiel drew the foul. New subs into the game, wholesale substitutions like a hockey line change. Tierra Cook, Diamond Morris, Braden Hill, Kylie Warren into the lineup for Southern Arkansas. Kinsey Ezekiel at the free throw line. If she makes her second, she'll be replaced by Maggie Evans. Free throw is good. Tied at 8, and Evans replaces Ezekiel in this lineup. And full court pressure again from Southern Arkansas. And talking to Coach Collins before the game, trying to get starting lineups for our graphics, he said, well, there's no rhyme or reason. We play everybody, and you'll see. And we've seen that here in the first 2.5 minutes. Nice cutting catch and pass. Crow missed the shot, kicks it back out to Wright. Drives in, and she's called for a travel. A lot of contact there, but no foul is called. And the ball will go back over to Southern Arkansas, and Ouachita will have substitutions coming into the game. That'll be Jessie Bennett and Lauren Wright. So Osborne and Kaylin Wright will come out for Ouachita, replaced by Bennett and Lauren Wright. Nice baseline move, the tipped in the air. Nice block by Eden Crow, and she gets the rebound. Quickly the other way go the Tigers. Crow doubled. Does get it away to Wright. Almost a steal from Southern Arkansas. Now there is a steal. Quickly the other way. Nice recovery by Wright for Ouachita, getting back quickly and stopping the fast break. A lot of times you like to have a color analyst with you in basketball, but I don't know that there'd be a whole lot of time for one today. These are two fast-paced teams. Second three-pointer up and no good for Southern Arkansas. And boy, a jump ball is called. Goodness gracious, it's a lot of contact. Gonna let them play. Mackenzie Schulmuller will come in for Wright in the Ouachita lineup. That's Lauren Wright taking a seat. So on the floor now for Ouachita, Bennett, Gertzone, Miller, Schulmuller, and Eden Crow. Ouachita is going to have to take care of the ball. This is the first matchup of the season between these two teams, as Ouachita not able to play previously. Gertzone for 3, good. Nice penetration by Miller and a kick out to Gertzone, her first 3 of the game. Tigers lead by 3. I was saying this is the first meeting of the game, but of the season between these two teams, as Ouachita's. The first 2 times Ouachita was supposed to play Southern Arkansas, were not able to due to COVID protocol. So these two teams, even this deep into the season, are not familiar with each other. Nice job by Maya Gertzone of going with the baseline cutter. The pass went off of the rider. That was Maggie Evans, out of bounds to Ouachita. Schulmuller takes the pass in from Bennett. Nice relief valve. Taking care of the ball is going to be of utmost importance for Ouachita. This is a running, trapping defense, physical, get your hands on them defense, and if you're going to let them play like that, you're going to have to take care of the ball. Crow with the spinner in the lane, no good, and Southern Arkansas quickly the other way, and just that quickly, 5 more substitutions at the table for the Riders. They're going to make you play fast. As you see Bennett there hounded by 3, and then one of them drops off. There's never been a time when Ouachita has not had a double team on the ball. Southern Arkansas is going to send them at you in waves. Speaking of waves, here are 5 more players coming into the game. Gwynn, Ezekiel, the original 5, with the exception of Jerica Bell. She's her first time into the game, so now Brittany Williams will check in for Ouachita, replacing Eden Crow. Nice dish off. There's going to be a foul on Bell. That is the second personal foul, second team foul on the Riders. First foul on Bell. Nice job by Mitchell of penetrating into that lane and finding Brittany Williams, the freshman from CAC, at the block. She was fouled from behind. Couldn't get the shot off before she was fouled. Nice move by Michaela Mitchell, goes baseline, draws the foul on Bell. Mitchell did a tremendous job of making a ball fake, giving a ball fake and getting Gwynn in the air. She penetrated baseline, ball fake, got her up in the air. That's the second foul on Bell. She's only been in the game for a minute and a half. She's got 2 fouls. A quick 5 minutes and 5 seconds. 11-8 Ouachita. This is a media timeout, and we'll take it. You're watching the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Back after this.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves. Our vision, our heart, our drive to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here.
Michaela Miller back at the line. Some of you might have thought you heard me say Michaela Mitchell a few times, but I promise you did. Well, you probably did. Chris Babb sitting in for Michael Westbrook today. My apologies to the Miller family. Michaela Miller sinks the 2 free throws to give Ouachita a 5-point lead. As we are midway through the first quarter from Bill Vining Arena and Arkadelphia. Similar offensive styles for these two teams. A lot of dribble drive and penetration. Miller, 3-on-2. Nobody's going to stop the ball. She kicks out. Schulmuller for 3, no good. Rebound, SAU. Gwynn quickly the other way. Couple of offensive rebounds for Southern Arkansas, and the Riders will go back to the free throw line. That foul is called on Ouachita's Ray Osborne. Her second personal foul, so Osborne got the start. Came out midway or after the first subs, and now she is back into the game, and she's picked up her second personal foul. To the line for Southern Arkansas, Kesey Young on the season. She came into the game with 50% from the free throw line. Has been good from the free throw line tonight. And it's now a 3-point lead for the Tigers. Full court pressure again from Southern Arkansas. Crow comes up from half court as the relief valve. Osborne now with the ball for Ouachita. Nice look by Crow. Schillmoller for three. Good for Mackenzie Schillmoller to give Ouachita a 6-point lead. Good look by Eden Crow, facing the basket, going the opposite side, and nice defense that time by Michaela Miller, but they can't come up with the loose ball, and Southern Arkansas gets another offensive rebound and puts it back in. That is Lily Moore. Moore makes the basket and then squares up on the baseline. Schillmoller, she'll try it again. Three-pointer is off, no good. A rebound to SAU. Gwynn traveled with the basketball. She gave a pump fake to try to get Eden Crow in the air. Crow jumped a little bit at the offering, but Gwynn committed the traveling violation, was not able to get her other foot on the ground. Now Schillmoller in a tough spot right by half court. Now she does find Osborne. Osborne, nice dish off to Crow. Reverse layup, good from Eden Crow. Eden Crow with 8 points, and Ouachita's lead is now 6. There's a defensive rebound for Ouachita. Osborne, nobody's going to stop her. She's going to go all the way in. God, no foul, a lot of contact. Osborne's shot is good. Timeout, Southern Arkansas. Ouachita with a couple of good possessions. It's been on the possessions where they have limited the offensive rebounds for Southern Arkansas that they've been able to convert in transition. Southern Arkansas has stayed in this game since the media timeout with offensive rebounds and putbacks, but Ouachita limited Southern Arkansas to one shot on that previous possession. They came down, got a basket in transition as Michaela Miller got the ball to Eden Crow for the layup. 20-12. It is an 8-point Ouachita lead. Leading the way for Ouachita, Eden Crow with 8 points. Michaela Miller with 4. Gertson and Schillmoller both have a three-pointer, and Ray Osborne has a basket. For Southern Arkansas, the Riders are led by Kesey Young. She has 7 points. Jones has 3, and Moore has a basket. Back to action. Crow flashes for a steal, can't quite get it, and that leads to an extra pass three-pointer in the corner from Southern Arkansas. Can't get it, but Ouachita can't control the rebound. It bounced into the hands of Southern Arkansas, and now a foul is going to be called on Schillmoller as she was guarding Morris at the high post and got called for having 2 hands on the back. 4 fouls against Ouachita this quarter, 3 against Southern Arkansas. The next foul on Ouachita would put Southern Arkansas in the bonus the rest of the first quarter. Bennett is back down, shot no good, but an offensive rebound by Cook. Her putback is good, and it's 20-14. Southern Arkansas just wants to wreak havoc and cause you to make mistakes with the ball. Schillmoller for 3, good! Her second of the game, 23-14. You don't have time to celebrate. You've got to get back on defense because Southern Arkansas comes at you quickly. Offensive rebound. Kick out to the free throw line. Morris, jump shot, good. Another second chance basket for the Riders, and that has been what has kept Southern Arkansas in this game. Lauren Wright in the game for Ouachita, back with Gertson, Crow, Bennett, and Schillmoller. Backside to Bennett. Kick ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with Ouachita. 18 on the shot clock, 1:35 remaining in the first quarter. And Morris will guard the inbounds pass and use her length guarding Bennett. And you see the length knocking the ball out of bounds. Checking in for Washita, Kaylin Wright and Michaela Miller will replace Schillmoeller and Jesse Bennett. Michaela Miller will trigger the inbounds pass now. Gertzone out high. Crow looking back door, dribbles high off the glass and good for Eden Crow. She has 10 points, and the Washita lead is 9. Morris with a cut, and they're going to call a foul on Washita. That foul is going to be called on Lauren Wright as they called her for the foul trying to get over the screen. I believe that's the 5th team foul, so that should be free throws for Southern Arkansas. And they're going to say it's Morris going to the free throw line for the Riders. Morris is a 75.7% free throw shooter on the season. Misses the first. Southern Arkansas already with 7 offensive rebounds here in the first quarter of today's game. Morris misses the second free throw, and there's the pressure that ties up the ball. Wright picks up the dribble and gets in trouble. And the alternating possession will go to Southern Arkansas. Coming in this final minute of the first quarter, nice help defense by Crow. Defensive rebound for Washita. Miller has 3 around her. Gets it to Gertzone right in the middle of that pressure to Crow. Nice job by Washita of breaking that pressure. Gertzone off to Miller. Shot up, no good, but a foul is going to be called. Nice job by Washita of getting in the heart, both on the attacking that full court pressure in the middle of the floor, get the ball in the middle of the floor and let and find either side of the floor, and then on Gertzone it had a penetration and a dish to Miller. Michaela Miller at the free throw line. Her first free throw is good. Misses the second, but Washita gets an offensive rebound on a tip. 14 on the shot clock after the offensive rebound. Dangerous pass controlled by Washita. Miller goes in, layup, oh good, rebound Crow. Shot clock back to 18. Schillmoeller for 3, no good. Rebound is going to stay on this end as Michaela Miller battled the much taller Morris. Morris got her hand on it and knocked it out of bounds. And so Washita, with 11.3 seconds left in the quarter, will have the ball under its own basket, leading by 10. Nice job of finding the open cutter, and that was Crow, but also a nice job of knocking the ball out of bounds by Southern Arkansas as Hill came from the backside and knocked it out of the hands of Crow. Gertzone's shot is blocked, and so last second effort, they can get the three-pointer off in time. They do, but it is no good, and that is the end of the first quarter. Your score, Washita 26, Southern Arkansas 16. We'll be back with second quarter action. You're watching the Washita Sports Digital Network.
Baseball for me just kind of was the glue that kept my family together, I feel like. I was able to come here and get my triple major, as well as play a super high level of baseball against some of the best players in the country. There's a lot of options here in Division II with a lot of great ball players and a lot of great people, and they make sure that they give you every opportunity to succeed on and off the field.
It's an ordinary day. Stephanie's driving home from school, like she does every day. Since she's almost home, she takes a quick glance at her phone, like she does every day. She arrives safely, like she does every day. It's another ordinary day. But then, something out of the ordinary happens. Distracted driving kills.
Welcome back to Bill Vining Arena on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University in Arkadelphia, where the Ouachita Lady Tigers begin the second quarter leading 26-16 over the Southern Arkansas Riders. Leading the way offensively for Ouachita is senior Eden Crow. She's in double digits with 10. Leading the way for Southern Arkansas after a slower start is Kesey Young with 7. 5 players have scored for Southern Arkansas. Ouachita inbounds the ball to start the second quarter. On the floor for Ouachita, Michaela Miller, who drives quickly to the lane. Her shot is blocked, but she gets her own out to Gertzone with Kaylin Wright, Brittany Williams, and Jessie Bennett. A little bit of a mismatch inside if Miller can get it to Williams. Nice job by battling for position. Three-pointer for Gertzone. Good with a little contact after the shot. Gertzone gets another 3, and the Tigers lead by 13. Three-pointer on the other end. Good for Southern Arkansas. As Jessica Jones, she now has 6. Quickly the other way. Dish off to Williams. Shot up. No good. Rebound to Wright. Her shot is blocked, but a foul is going to be called on Southern Arkansas. That foul is on Evans. First foul of the second period. Kaylin Wright to the line for Ouachita. 75% free throw shooter this season. Hits her first and the second. Subs into the game for Ouachita as Lauren Wright, Eden Crow, and Ray Osborne come back into the game for the Tigers. Lots of subs on both sides of the floor today. Nice job by Ray Osborne. This is an offensive rebound almost by Southern Arkansas. Moore had her long arms on it, couldn't control it. Nice job of reversing the floor by Ouachita after you get the ball in the middle of the floor. On that last defensive possession, what I was saying, Ray Osborne did a nice job of guarding the ball and standing straight up to avoid her third foul. She played in the first quarter and got 2 quick fouls, or had 1 quick foul on her first possession. Nice backdoor cut by Bennett. She'll bring it back out. 6 on the shot clock. Osborne, no good. Rebound to Miller. Back up and no good. Rebound to Moore of Southern Arkansas. Letting them play today is Crow with the rebound. She's got traffic in front of her and behind her. Shot up from the middle of the lane is no good. Rebound to Southern Arkansas and Jones. Quickly the other way. Gwynn loses the ball. Ball on the floor. Alternating possession will stay with Southern Arkansas. The Riders will inbound the ball under their own basket, but not before a substitution into the game. Fennell will replace Hill. Tigers leading by 12. Nice job, nice show that time by Eden Crow, forcing a turnover. Wright dribbling ahead, couldn't quite get it to Crow. Now Miller penetrates, dish out. Bennett for 3, good for Jessie Bennett. And the lead is now 15 for Ouachita. Again, no time to celebrate. They're going to get back down and shoot quickly, and there it is. Gwynn with a pull-up three from the left wing. And the lead is back to 12. Miller dribbling in traffic. Osborne gets called for a traveling violation. Bennett wanted the ball on the backside corner. Osborne couldn't quite get turned around to find her for the open three. And the turnover will give the ball back to Southern Arkansas. Ezekiel looking for the backdoor cut from Moore, wasn't quite there. And then Gwynn drives, kicks out, quick extra pass. Ezekiel for three, no good. Bennett keeps that one alive and keeps Southern Arkansas from getting the rebound to Wright. Osborne. Wright for three, no good. Rebound to Osborne. She saves it in, but into the hands of Gwynn, but that ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gwynn, and it will go over to Ouachita. I believe they're going to say that possession did not change, so the shot clock will stay at 20. And so Ouachita will inbound the ball at half court with 20 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Nice move by Miller. Gwynn expected, not Gwynn, that's not Gwynn, that is Fennell, expected Miller to go above the screen and go to the right. Instead, she tried to hedge and cheat, and Miller took advantage of it, going straight to the lane. Nice job by Miller. Nice ball defense by Eden Crow, knocking it away, forcing the turnover. Osborne the other way. Ouachita trying to take advantage of numbers. Ball is knocked out of bounds from behind by Morris. Osborne was pulling up from the middle of the lane for about a 10-foot jumper, and Morris came from behind and knocked the ball away. Gertzone will replace Michaela Miller in the lineup for Ouachita. New into the game for Ouachita, Haley Day. Haley Day, the 5'11 freshman from Bullard, Texas, into the game for the first time. Ball's knocked out of bounds by the Riders, and so Ouachita will retain possession. 25 on the shot clock. 6:06 remaining in a fast-paced first half. Crow penetrates, pull-up jumper from Osborne, no good. Day crashes in for the rebound, but it is controlled by Southern Arkansas. Long three-pointer from Ezekiel, no good. Lauren Wright with the rebound for Ouachita. She's guarded in the full court by Morris. Almost knocks the ball away. Osborne keeps that one from going out of bounds, and Ouachita is able to control possession, but now it's stolen by Moore. 2-on-1, 3-on-1, kick out, three-pointer good for Ezekiel. And the inbounds pass from Day is knocked out of bounds by Moore. Michaela Miller back in to replace Lauren Wright. So on the floor for Ouachita, Day, Gertzone, Osborne, Miller, and Crow. The officials are talking about something. Going to see if they're what they want to put the shot clock at. They may have to put it at 29 because I believe they're going to say that some time had to go off. They're going to put it at. No, that's not going to. There we go. They're going to say it took 4 seconds for that ball to be tipped out of bounds. That's interesting. Miller, double teamed, gets it to Day, into the hands of Southern Arkansas. Layup is good. Timeout, Ouachita. Day, I think they wanted her to reverse it and get it to Gertzone on this half of the floor. Instead, she wanted to go back to Miller. And the turnover and layup cut the Ouachita lead to 9. Full timeout, we'll take it with them. 36-27, Ouachita leads by 9. You're tuned in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. We'll be back after this timeout. Nine-point lead for Ouachita, 5:12 remaining in the second period. Let's take a look at some of the statistics so far from the first half. Ouachita shooting 44.8% from the field, Southern Arkansas 32. Ouachita 5 of 9 from three-point range. The Riders are 4 of 9, which is 55% for Ouachita and 44.4% for Southern Arkansas. Both teams shooting decently at the free throw line. Ouachita 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 5 of 8 for Southern Arkansas. Ouachita is out-rebounding Southern Arkansas 18-4, and at one point, Southern Arkansas had 7 offensive rebounds to three offensive rebounds for Ouachita, but since that time, early in the midway through the first quarter, Ouachita has not allowed Southern Arkansas another offensive rebound, so that category has evened out a little bit. Full court pressure from Southern Arkansas, and Ouachita is going to run the put all 4, and let's run a little pass pattern. They hit Crow on the slant route, and then a turnover from Ezekiel, or by Ezekiel, or a steal by Ezekiel, turnover from Miller, and Southern Arkansas has cut the lead to 7. But Miller gets past the Ouachita defense. You beat them down the court, and that's one way to beat the pressure, is just be faster than them with the ball. The lead is back to 9, and now a foul is going to be called on Ouachita. That's going to be on Osborne. That is the 3rd personal foul on Osborne. And so she'll have to take a seat, and Schillmoeller will replace Ray Osborne. Three-pointer is short, and it hit the baseline. The ball will go over to the Tigers. Gwynn, Jones, and Hill come back into the Southern Arkansas lineup. Bennett trying to get the ball in bounds to Miller, and it was tipped out of bounds by Gwynn. Ouachita again facing full court pressure. Crow trying to get the ball back to Miller. Now she does. And Miller has 3-on-2. Nice behind the back move layup. Good for Michaela Miller. She had shooters on each wing also, but they were not able to stop the ball. She went in for the layup, and on the other end she gets a block. Bennett on the run for Ouachita. Southern Arkansas does get back. Crow underneath to Miller. Layup good. Miller with 2 more. Give the assist to Eden Crow, and the lead for Ouachita is back to 13. Miller now with 13 for Ouachita. Crow has 10. Three-pointer on the way for Southern Arkansas off the front of the rim. Eden Crow with the rebound. Goodness gracious, she's going to have to see the trainer after this. Ouachita has numbers. Gertzone to Bennett. Three-pointer in and out, no good. Crow with the rebound. Can't get it to go, but a foul is going to be called on Southern Arkansas. That's going to be on Hill. That is the first personal foul on Hill. Correction, they called that one on Cook. That is Cook's second personal foul. Called the foul on Tierra Cook. To the line for Ouachita, Eden Crow. Crow with 10 points. First free throw is good. Crow very good at the free throw line for Ouachita this season. 6 of 7, 7 of 8 now from the free throw line this season. The lead is now 14 for Ouachita. Miller and Bennett switching on the screen. Three-pointer good from Gwynn from the right wing. Comes the pressure from the Riders. Guarding the ball on the inbounds pass, and wherever that goes, that person is doubling the inbounds pass. Dangerous skip pass across the court. I think Bennett thought someone else might have been over there. Couldn't quite get to that pass. And the turnover gives the ball back to Southern Arkansas. Crow with the rebound, dribbling up. Try to stop the ball. They don't stop the ball. Crow back with the layup. If you're going to press, you've got to try to stop the ball. Southern Arkansas has not been able to do that a few times today, and it's resulted in Ouachita layup. Speaking of layup, the reverse layup is no good, and a foul is going to be called. They're going to call an offensive foul on Southern Arkansas. That foul is going to be on the Riders. That is first personal foul on Morris. Brittany Williams replaces Eden Crow. Williams, the freshman from CAC. Michaela Miller will trigger the inbounds pass for Ouachita. Gertzone to Williams, back to Gertzone, back to Miller. Ouachita is able to break the pressure right in the middle. Now with 20 seconds on the shot clock, now down to 11. Nice backdoor pass from Kaylin Wright to Michaela Miller. With 7 seconds on the shot clock, Ouachita gets the layup to go. 15-point lead for the Tigers. Ezekiel, nice ball defense by Jessie Bennett. She forces Ezekiel to throw the ball away. Michaela Miller there for Ouachita 2. Gertzone the other way, 3-on-1. Gertzone fakes the pass, layup good for Maya Gertzone. And the lead now for Ouachita is 17. You got to get back quickly. Ezekiel dishes off, layup good from Southern Arkansas's Moore. Lily Moore gets the layup to go. Traveling violation is going to be called on the double team as Kaylin Wright was looking to reverse it. Couldn't quite do it, didn't trust herself. Picked up the dribble in the middle of the floor, and the double team forced the traveling violation. Eden Crow comes into the lineup replacing Brittany Williams. Lauren Wright replaces her sister Kaylin Wright. Both joined Ouachita from Connors State. The three-pointer is off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound to Lauren Wright just into the game. Crow, 2-on-1. Not going to stop the ball. Confusion on the right wing as Bennett went up from the wing. Gertzone was down there, went right in the middle of them, and it went out of bounds. Under a minute to go, Ouachita leads by 15. Nice read by Crow, can't catch it. Three-pointer goes in for Southern Arkansas. That is from Jones. Crow read that pass, just couldn't quite get the catch, and it went into the hands of Jones on the other end. Crow shot no good. Miller with the rebound, kicks it out to Gertzone. Double team, skip pass, right. Bennett penetrates, kicks out, extra pass. Gertzone, three-pointer off the rim, no good. Rebound controlled by Ouachita. 6 seconds left in the quarter. Crow, layup at the buzzer, no good. Can't get it to go in. Going to have a jump ball, but it's not. We're going to go to the monitor to see if there was any time left on that. So when we do the monitor, you'll see what is on your screen. When they have to go to the monitor, the officials will come over, and so you'll see what is on the monitor when it picks up. They'll be wanting to see what camera angle you see the clock going down to 11 seconds. Referees looking at when if the shot clock violation was there or not. Let's see what they're going to tell the officials. Thanks to our crew working half, and they are going to call that the end of the first half. Thanks to our crew in the truck, Matthew Branch, Katie Hatchett, Brock Ingold, Chris McQuistion, James Jolly on camera, Dave Osmond on camera, Alex Rowe on camera, and Luke Robertson at the table for getting the officials straight. It is halftime. Ouachita 49, Southern Arkansas 37. The Tigers lead by 12, and we'll be back with the halftime show here in a few minutes. We'll take this long break. You're watching Ouachita basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. It's halftime. Tigers lead by 12. We'll be back after this timeout.
Everything in life is about communication and language. And that's what we do in the School of Humanities at Ouachita. In the Department of Language and Literature, we've got outstanding students who are English majors and Spanish majors. In the Department of Communications, our communications and media majors have a number of emphases that they choose from. Strategic communications, multimedia journalism, sports media, communication studies, and a special approach in which we just talk to a student, figure out what courses they need, and help them put it together on the spot. One of the things that we've done with our new emphases is really give students a major opportunity to work outside of class, because you get better at communications by doing the work. So we've got students who are working in a television studio to put programming together. We've got students who in sports media are out doing live streaming and broadcasting of games and doing a lot of sports work for the other publications like the printed newspaper and the yearbook, which win major awards every year. And then our online version of the newspaper is really the newspaper of the future.
My experience in the School of Humanities has been super special. I feel like the professors are really hands-on, and they would always help me maximize my time here.
They gave me lots of different opportunities. I got to host the sports show, did lots of writing, lots of sports journalism, a lot of color commentating for different sports. And that not only taught me how to actually do the job that I do now, but I also got to turn around and put it on my resume, which looked great.
Most Spanish majors at Ouachita major in more than one area, and we've designed the curriculum purposefully to allow that to happen, because whether you're in business and Christian studies, whatever your major might be, if you've got Spanish as a background, it's going to help you in many, many ways. One of the great things about English as a major is it helps you become a critical thinker. If you want to teach, that's great. We'll help you become a secondary English teacher. We'll help you become a college professor. But if your interest is really in publications, if your interest is in editing, we'll certainly work with you in that area also. Our English majors are very much career-oriented, and they work together with a very fine faculty to produce one of the very few bilingual literary publications.
Working on my degree plan with my professors, I was able to soon realize that, wow, I'm able to do more than I thought I was able to. I was able to add another major, and I didn't even know coming into college that I was able to do that. And I was able to study abroad in Spain to really become more fluent in Spanish, which was one of my majors. And so I don't think I would have had the same opportunities elsewhere.
The number of jobs in communications is actually increasing greatly. A lot of that is in the world of public relations, a lot of that is in the world of advertising, and a lot of that is based on particular skills that you develop while you're in college. All of those that we put together are based on increasing a skill level for our students, so they'll have a wide range of jobs they can apply for.
I think Ouachita is distinct from a lot of other schools. Ouachita gives you so many opportunities for not only your education and your academic growth, but your spiritual and your personal growth.
You're getting a very well-rounded degree. You'll absolutely be prepared if you get a degree from the humanities school.
It is halftime at Bill Vining Arena on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University, where the Ouachita Tiger women's basketball team is leading Southern Arkansas 49-37. We appreciate you tuning in from wherever you may be today, and appreciate those Southern Arkansas fans and families that may be tuning in today. And I know that your normal voice that you're used to hearing, Dan Gregory, couldn't quite make the trip from Magnolia today. And so we're glad that you're tuned in today. We also know that there are several former Lady Tigers and Tigerette basketball players who tune in to these broadcasts throughout the season. And if you are a Tigerette or Lady Tiger former basketball player, a basketball reunion is in the works. If you're a past player, they want to hear from you. For more information, if you're on Facebook, you can go to the Ouachita Baptist University Women's Basketball Alumni Facebook page, or you can also email Teresa Raymond. Teresa's email address is T-A-Raymond. That's R-A-Y-M-A-N at yahoo.com. Teresa and some of her former her teammates. Teresa was Teresa Schaefer when she was at Ouachita. She was a Tigerette from 1975 to 79, and she's among a group of former women's basketball players at Ouachita who are trying to form an alumni group to support the current Ouachita women's basketball team, and then also work on an alumni reunion this fall. So if you are a former Ouachita women's basketball player or were a part of the program at any point, check out the Facebook page. Ouachita Baptist University Women's Basketball Alumni is the name of the page, and you can join that page, keep up with all things Ouachita women's basketball, and then be ready for the reunion when they are able to have that. And I believe the goal is to have that next fall. Let's take a look at some of the statistics from this first half of action for the team stats. Ouachita leading in field goal percentage. Ouachita shooting 48.7% from the field. A lot of those have been points in the paint. Ouachita has really been able to capitalize on some of the pressure that Southern Arkansas has thrown at him, taking care of the ball and beating the defense down the floor. 28 points in the paint for Ouachita as they lead by 12. Southern Arkansas shooting 36.1% from the field. Three-point field goal shooting is about even. Southern Arkansas 6 of 13 from three-point range. Ouachita 5 of 11. Neither team's been to the free throw line very often. 8 free throws apiece for Ouachita and Southern Arkansas. Ouachita 6 of 8. Southern Arkansas 5 of 8. Ouachita 75% from the line. Southern Arkansas 62.5, but only one free throw difference in that category. Ouachita out-rebounding Southern Arkansas 25-16. 8 offensive rebounds for Southern Arkansas, and if you kept up with the first half very much, second chance points were big for Southern Arkansas in the first half, but actually when you look at that category, Ouachita has benefited from second chance points as well. Ouachita with 12 second chance points on the offensive rebound, Southern Arkansas with 8 as well. The point in the paint is the big difference. If you look at that, Ouachita outscoring Southern Arkansas in the paint 28-14. As we mentioned, a lot of that has been on fast breaks or just not necessarily fast breaks, beating the pressure, and Southern Arkansas not getting back down and stopping the ball, allowing Ouachita to take advantage of that and get some layups. Take a look at the individual stats. First for Southern Arkansas, the leading scorer, Jones with 9 points. Kesey Young has 7 points. Ariana Gwynn with 6. Ezekiel with 5. Morris and Moore both have 4, and Cook with 2 for the Riders. For Ouachita, leading the way is Michaela Miller with 15 points. She came into today's game averaging 18 points. And if you take a look at some of her career stats, her career high was 23 she had last year as a freshman. Has had 21 points on February 6th against Harding, 15-9 in the first half. Eden Crow with 13 points. Those are the only 2 in double figures for Ouachita. Maya Gertzone with 8. Mackenzie Schulmoller with 2 3-pointers for 6 points. Jessie Bennett hit a 3-pointer. She has 3. Kaylin Wright and Ray Osborne each have 2 points for Ouachita. Foul trouble for Ouachita, only really 1. Ray Osborne picked up 3. 2 of those were in the first quarter, and 1 was midway through the second quarter. She has 3 personal fouls. Only 6 fouls called against Ouachita. Eden Crow, Kaylin Wright, and Mackenzie Schilmoller with the other personal fouls. So foul trouble for Ouachita, only Ray Osborne with 3. For Southern Arkansas, you take a look at a foul situation. Only 2 players with 2 fouls. Bell and Cook have 2 fouls apiece for Southern Arkansas. That's a look at the first half statistics. Again, your score, Ouachita 49, Southern Arkansas 37. We'll be back after this timeout, including a word from the Rogers Department of Communications at Ouachita Baptist University. This production you're watching is part of the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, the student sports media production program at Ouachita Baptist University. My name's Chris Babb, sitting in for Michael Westbrook today. We will be glad when Michael's able to be here again. Couldn't make the trip today, but we do have a lot of students on this broadcast today in the truck to directing things. Matthew Branch, Katie Hatchett on graphics and audio, Brock Ingold, Chris McQuestion in the truck, and then out here running cameras, James Jolly, Alex Rowe, and our thanks to Dave Osmond for stepping in to help today as well. But we are a part of the academic program in the Rogers Department of Communications, and we thank our department chair, Dr. Deborah Root, who will actually be on a camera during the second game, and our dean, Dr. Jeff Root, who, if you stick around for the men's game, you'll hear him bringing you the play-by-play for the men. At halftime, Ouachita 49, Southern Arkansas 37. We'll be back after these words, including this message from the Rogers Department of Communications at Ouachita Baptist University. You're watching the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Here at Ouachita, we're a highly residential campus, and a part of residential life is fostering a sense of home and community within Ouachita's campus, which plays a big part into Ouachita being able to help develop the students socially, academically, spiritually, physically.
Here at Ouachita, Residence Life has the mission of creating a safe and Christ-centered learning environment. Our desire as Residence Life is that we are able to build and help you really build a community here at Ouachita. We really want to help students transition well into college and just give them the resources that they need to be successful, to build community with their friends in the building.
I love that Ouachita is a smaller campus because it's allowed me to be involved in as much as I want to be involved in. There have been so many opportunities, and I haven't, struggled to find a place to be involved, whether it be theater or music or even just playing on an intramural, soccer team. I've got to do all these things that I might not have had the opportunity to do somewhere else.
Ouachita is positioned in the foothills of the Ouachita Mountains, and so we offer a lot of great outdoors experiences right here on campus. You can go down to Spear Pavilion, which is right along the Ouachita River, and then we offer hikes where we leave right from campus and do a little bit of hiking together, and then just go a short 20-minute distance and go to Lake DeGray, where there's hiking, mountain biking, great places to set up a hammock and do homework or chat with friends.
Ouachita has a lot of different things for students to be involved with. We have over 50 different clubs and organizations, and those range from student senate to service organizations to social clubs to academic organizations. It doesn't really matter what interests you have. There's going to be some way to find a group or an event on campus that kind of caters to those.
I thought that it might have been hard coming to college and struggling to find people outside of what I'm studying, but at Ouachita it's been so easy to be friends with all different kinds of people. You don't ever feel like you're not a part of campus. Everybody cares so much for one another, and they want everybody to feel at home and like a family, and that's really what Ouachita is.
When we talk about communications and media, we're talking about a wide variety of fields because communications really relates to anybody, anywhere. And we tackle everything from interpersonal communication, group communication, how to make presentations, to studying mass communications and media. And our students are really interested in going out and being media producers. And one of the first things you have to do is to understand the media before you can adequately and efficiently communicate messages yourself through your job, whatever you choose to do. When you're here your very first semester, you can become involved in the Ouachita Signal, the Ouachitonian Yearbook, the Online Signal, the Photo Lab, visual media production, sports media production. There's a lot of different areas to get involved with. These students publish our printed publications, and they also have a chance for continuing education by attending such events like the Arkansas College Media Convention and the College Media Association Convention in New York City. You don't have to wait in line till your junior or senior year to do hands-on learning. You'll get that experience your very first semester, even if you have no previous experience. We have graduates who are working with television stations, either as an anchor, as a producer, as a videographer. We have students in advertising and public relations firms where they're creating strategic plans for organizations and businesses. Our students learn in the classroom and outside of the classroom through their practical experience, but we also enjoy fellowshipping and becoming close as a family. Faculty often have students over to their house for Christmas parties or spring parties or to celebrate graduations. Our students form friendships that will last a lifetime. Over the past 3 decades, some of the most important people in my life and the life of my husband, since we teach together, are students and faculty and staff that we've come in contact with at Ouachita. We're excited about what we have to offer in the communications department at Ouachita, and we want you here to share that with us.
We are a little bit partial of the Rogers Department of Communications here at Ouachita Baptist University, but glad that you're tuned in today, and proud of our students who are working hard behind the scenes to bring this broadcast to you. As you see some of the highlights from the first half, as Ouachita will begin the second half with a 12-point lead, and Ouachita will have the ball as we get things going here. A deep three there from Maya Gertzone. Ouachita could use another one of those. How about another three from Gertzone right off the bat? But we know some of you who are watching and would rather not see that. Got to hear from our good friend Jeff Harrington down in Magnolia, tuned in today. Glad that he and other Mule Rider fans and families are watching today. Crow. Nice up and under move. Layup, can't get it to go, though, for Crow. And Southern Arkansas quickly off the other end. Three-pointer is going to be off. Only reason I knew it that quickly is because of our position here in the end zone. And that was shooting right at us, and that was just off too far to the right. Southern Arkansas is able to tie up the loose ball, and it will be Rider ball under the SAU basket. Wright gets caught up on the screen. She's called for a foul. Tough foul there on Lauren Wright. Must have been up top. First team foul of the second half, 31 seconds into the third quarter. And Moore to the free throw line. Touches every part of the rim and then rolls out. On the season, Moore hits that one. I'm trying to pull up her season stat, and she's not showing up on this roster I'm looking at, but regardless, she gets the second one to go, and the Ouachita lead is now 11. Quickly into the game for Southern Arkansas Jones, replacing Evans. On the floor for Ouachita, Michaela Miller, Ray Osborne, Kaylin Wright, Maya Gertzone, and Eden Crow. Miller hounded by Southern Arkansas's Fennell. She does get the ball in bounds, though. Osborne to Gertzone. Thought about the three, then had to penetrate. Eden Crow is called for the traveling violation as Fennell was guarding her on the ball. I think Crow was trying to take advantage of that size mismatch and got too anxious with it and turned the ball over. 11 turnovers for Ouachita, only 8 for Southern Arkansas. Almost spoke that one into existence, and now it will be a turnover as the backdoor cut was there. Moore just couldn't control the pass, had to save it from going out of bounds. Goes off of the right, 2 riders and out of bounds at half court. Again, appreciate the SAU fans and families who are watching today. Dan Gregory, the longtime voice of the Southern Arkansas Mule Riders, Lady Mule Riders, getting ready to, excited to see Dan make the trip. He couldn't quite make it today, but we're glad you're watching today. Ray Osborne gets the basket to go. The lead is back to 13 for Ouachita. Foul is going to be called on Ouachita. Can't tell if that was Crow or Gertzone. We're going to call that one on Gertzone. First personal foul on Gertzone. Second team foul of the third quarter called against Ouachita. Cross screens underneath. They're going to try to post Kaylin Wright up, but she handles that nicely. Nice hedge by Crow. Can they recover? Is Ouachita going to be able to tie it up? They can't. But Southern Arkansas does get control of the ball. And now with 3 on the shot clock, a pull up in the middle of the lane just glances the rim, but it goes into the hands of Eden Crow. Out to Gertzone, 3-pointer, good for Maya Gertzone. The lead is 16 for Ouachita. 17-foot baseline jumper on the other end from Southern Arkansas is good. Lead is back to 14. Gertzone wanted to get the 3, but she couldn't quite get her feet set. Miller penetrates, kicks back out to Osborne. Layup from Osborne's no good, into the hands of Lily Moore. Quickly ahead go the Riders. If you're just joining us in the first half, Southern Arkansas got up and down the floor quickly. That's going to be a foul on Southern Arkansas as Maya Gertzone did a nice job of blocking out Jones. That's the first foul on Jones. Maya Gertzone does a nice job of blocking out the backside, forcing Jones to get the rebound, but committing a foul in doing so. Wholesale subs for both teams for Ouachita: Jessie Bennett, Maya Gertzone, Eden Crow, Michaela Miller, and Lauren Wright. Kenzie Ezekiel, Jones, Morris, Warren, and Jones on the floor for Southern Arkansas, and Fennell. Wright, the pass from Crow, almost traveled with it, but kept her control, body control. Give the assist to Eden Crow on Lauren Wright's basket to put the Ouachita lead back up to 16. A shot from Warren is good. Kylie Warren gets a basket, and Michaela Miller quickly the other way. Nice underneath pass to Crow. Shot up good from Eden Crow. Michaela Miller just goes right down the middle of the floor, finds the post player for the layup. Warren, shot blocked by Crow. Eden controls it. Ouachita with numbers. Crow, Jones with a reach, no call. Rebound, Gertzone. Bennett, backdoor to Miller. Layup, good from Michaela Miller. Nice pass from Jessie Bennett to Michaela Miller. The lead is up to 18. 30-second timeout, Southern Arkansas. We will keep it here. Ouachita had a 49-37 lead at halftime. In the first 3 minutes and 39 seconds, they have outscored Southern Arkansas 11-5 to extend that lead to 60-42. 11-5. 60-42. It's an 18-point lead for the Lady Tigers, as you see them on your screen. Ouachita taking advantage all day of Southern Arkansas's pressure and beating Southern Arkansas down the floor. It's been Michaela Miller. It's been Eden Crow. As soon as they get the rebound, they're wanting to push and try to beat that pressure. If you can get behind that pressure, Ouachita has had numbers several times in this game, and they have taken advantage of their opportunities. We mentioned at halftime, Ouachita was shooting almost 50%, and they have gone over that 50% mark, 51.1% from the field, 24 of 47 from the field, 6 of 12 from three-point range, 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Southern Arkansas, 15 of 42 from the field, 35.7%, 6 of 15 from the three-point range, 6 of 10 from the free throw line. So both teams have hit 6 three-pointers. Both teams have hit 6 free throws, but it's been the points in the paint, the 2-point field goals that have made the difference. Ouachita with 9 more 2-point field goals than Southern Arkansas, and there's your 18 points. Ouachita credited with 36 points in the paint on those layups, and a beautiful backdoor pass a possession ago from Jessie Bennett to Michaela Miller. After that Arkansas Tech game, which was a heartbreaker for Ouachita. If you up late in the game and against an undefeated team, nationally ranked, and you're not able to finish it, Arkansas Tech made the plays it needed to make on the win, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Southern Arkansas's Gwen as Lauren Wright stepped in there to draw that charge. Finish up the story. Might not be able to finish it up in this possession because as fast as things are going, as Miller gets it to Bennett. I'll come back to Bennett in a minute as Southern Arkansas is just sending multiple people to the ball. I think Ouachita is prepared for that, but you can be prepared for it all day long, but then you have to execute. Lauren Wright trying to go baseline, pulls it back out, under 10 on the shot clock. Miller out to Gertzon. Three-pointer, good from Maya Gertzon, and the lead is 21. Gertzon with her 4th three-pointer of the day. And Ouachita leads 63-42. 4 of 6, 3rd three-pointer of the day. She has 11 points. Kenzie Ezekiel goes to the hole. She is fouled by Jessie Bennett. Ezekiel goes to the free throw line for the first time today. On the season, Ezekiel is a 75% free throw shooter. But back to what I was saying, you'll notice on some of these shots the new scorers table that has an LED panel in the middle that some of our students and I were working on after the Arkansas Tech games. After that men's game, there were about 4 or 5 of the Tiger women's basketball players who came back in after the men's game and put the shoot away, the gun, put it up on the floor and started shooting. Jessie Bennett was one of those. Parker Smith, who's not been able to play this year due to injury, she was one of those. Right three-pointer is too strong, no good. Rebound to Ezekiel. A nice tie-up by Michaela Miller. But even after a heartbreaking loss, these several members of this women's team were in the gym after the men's game, getting the gun out. Jessie Bennett was one of those who shot for probably the longest time, but saw Kaylin and Lauren Wright back in here. So several players getting work in after that heartbreaking loss, and to me that showed that only having 3 games, you've had a season like no other. You heard Coach Dallimore and Coach Sharp, if you watched that Arkansas Tech game, talk about that. This has been a season like no other, and these Tigers are trying to get in that win column, and they are playing well tonight, up by 18. Initially, the possession was going to go to Southern Arkansas. Nice hustle that time by Kenzie Ezekiel to hustle that down and make the layup. Quickly the other way, Ezekiel lands awkwardly on her right ankle, but she's hobbling down the floor. Miller double teamed. Goodness gracious. Ezekiel knocks the ball off of Miller's knee and goes out of bounds, and Ezekiel, after making the layup and landing awkwardly, is going to have to hobble off and go see the trainer. But wrapping up the story about the Tigers women's team, was glad to see them after such a heartbreaking loss to want to get the loss, get that taste out of their mouth, get back and work on their game. And they've been doing that, and they were supposed to play 2 games already this week and did not happen. But they're looking forward to continuing the season. The lead has been cut to 14 now as Southern Arkansas, after the 2 straight turnovers from Ouachita, has been able to convert 63-49. Miller quickly down the floor, just loses it though and goes out of bounds Almost went too fast for own good. Media timeout, under 5, 4 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Ouachita 63, Southern Arkansas 49. The Tigers lead the Riders by 14, and you're watching Ouachita basketball. We'll be back after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. (63-49), Ouachita leads by 14 midway through the third quarter. Trying to pull up some Great American Conference scores from other women's action around, but the technology is not wanting to cooperate. Michaela Miller with 17 points to lead the way for Ouachita. Eden Crow with 15. Maya Gertzone now with 14. Southern Arkansas with the ball. Leading the way, scoring for Southern Arkansas, Kinsey Ezekiel. She's the only rider in double figures. She has 10. Kesey Young, Jones both have 9. Three-pointer on the way. Jones, now she has 12, and it's 63-52. The full court pressure, you got to take care of the ball. No lead is too safe. And a foul is going to be called on Southern Arkansas. That's going to be on Cook. I believe that's going to be her third personal foul. Tierra Cook picks up her third personal foul. So into the game now for Southern Arkansas is Kesey Young. Inbounds to Crow. She backs down. Shot up. Good from Eden Crow. She extends the lead to 13. Now Crow has 17 points now. 15 points for, that should be 17 if that'll update. Yeah, 17 points for Crow and Miller to lead the way for Ouachita. Nice job. That's a tough block called on Lauren Wright as she looked like she had gotten a legal guarding position on the baseline to cut off the penetrator, who was Hill. Hill goes to the free throw line for 2 shots. That is the 5th personal foul, I guess, of the half on Southern Arkansas, unless they said she was shooting. Surely not. Regardless, that free throw was off to the front and left of the rim. Second free throw hits the same spot, rolls out into the hands of Lauren Wright. Even on a miss, full court pressure from Southern Arkansas. Ray Osborne almost double dribbles with the ball. Gertzone kicks it out. Bennett. Nice closeout by Gwynn, and a double team from Bennett. A double team of Bennett causes the turnover. Young penetrating down. Nice job by Eden Crow, and we're going to have a foul called on Jesse Bennett. I think that was the 5th team foul, so they did say that Hill was in the act of shooting earlier. Almost looked like there that Kesey Young had her momentum going and just kind of went down, and the official did not have the best angle of that. He said there was some contact from Bennett. So Young goes to the free throw line. She's 5 of 6 from the line tonight, makes it 6 of 7, and the lead is now 12 for Ouachita. On the season, Young is a 50% free throw shooter. She Plays more to her average on the second one. Double team, Osborne, backside to Maya Gertzone to beat the pressure. Nice job from Ouachita. Wright penetrates, layup no good, but a foul is going to be called. Both officials on the baseline and the near sideline had that foul. And that was going to be called on Hill. It's her first personal foul. Foul trouble for Southern Arkansas. Cook has 3. Bell has 2. Right to the free throw line for Ouachita. First one is good. She is 3 for 3 tonight on the season, 75% free throw shooter. This team is a good free throw shooting team. This is the second 13-point lead for Ouachita. Traveling violation on Young as she got by Eden Crow, and then Lauren Wright came and flashed over to try to cut off the baseline, and Young went back to the middle of the lane where she took an extra step, and the traveling violation was called. Michaela Miller will check in for Lauren Wright. That'll put Schillmoeller at one of the forward positions. Miller picks up her dribble in a dangerous place. And Ouachita, wow, nice pass, threads the needle to Osborne. Osborne goes down, layup, no good, but a foul is going to be called on Southern Arkansas and on Jessica Jones. That is her first personal foul. Ray Osborne will go to the free throw line, and because I'm in this unique position in our COVID-friendly broadcast position up in the end zone, Michaela Miller's pass to a cutting Ray Osborne was just fantastic as Ray misses the first one. Allowed Ray to catch the ball in stride. Nobody was going to stop her with her speed with the ball. She went to the lane and was fouled. Osborne only getting to play in her second game of the season. Of course, this is only Ouachita's 4th. She gets the second free throw to go. And Ouachita is up by 14. Nice show by Crow, but on the backside, that allows for a backside rebound. Young gets her second offensive board, and the basket is good. Ray Osborne, the freshman from Sapulpa, Oklahoma, getting action for Ouachita. Gertzone's three-pointer is blocked out of bounds by Morris. .21 on the shot clock for the Tigers. Crow with the high post screen. Miller goes all the way in. Shot up, no good. They're going to call a foul on Eden Crow on the rebound. That's her second personal foul. Southern Arkansas will go to the other end for 2 free throws. 2:16 remaining in the third quarter. Ouachita with a 12-point lead. Morris to the free throw line, 75.7% free throw shooter on the season. 0 for 2 tonight. Hits her first one. She's 1 for 3 now. She has 7 points. And the Ouachita League lead is now 11. Miller with the rebound. Double team, gets the ball to Schillmoeller. The Crow finds a cutting Miller. Nice job by Miller to cut to the basket. Nice job by Crow finding her, and Eden's able to get her hands on that pass. Morris shot up good on the backside. Osborne to Miller. A traveling violation is called on Michaela Miller as she got the inbounds pass from Osborne and took just a step, and there was a defender there. Hats off to public address announcer Casey Model for nailing the substitutions. The official even had to stop and count and make sure there were 5 from each team. It is more like hockey line changes today for both teams. Lots of subs for both teams. Lots of switching on screens. Nice job by Kaylin Wright of bodying up and getting that turnover. Gets the ball off to Miller. Michaela Miller. Nobody's going to stop her. And then Warren flashes. Gertzon for three. Good for Maya Gertzon. Now with her fourth three-pointer of the day. She has 17. Shot up, no good from Southern Arkansas. Gertzon the other way. 3-on-1. Gertzon dishes off. Right underneath. Crow is shot is blocked, but a foul is going to be called on Southern Arkansas. And Warren. Kylie Warren picks up her first personal foul of the game. So now Miller with 19 for Ouachita. Crow and Gertzon with 17. Crow at the free throw line where she'll try to extend the Ouachita lead. First free throw is off to the right just a bit. Second free throw, good for Eden Crow. She now has 18 points, and it is a 15-point lead for the Tigers. Quickly the other way, really quickly. Three-pointer, too long. Offensive rebound is controlled by by Fennell. She is fouled by Kaylin Wright. Brittany Williams will check in for Ouachita, replacing Eden Crow. That is the third personal foul on Kaylin Wright. So Kaylin Wright and Ray Osborne each with 3 fouls for Ouachita. Southern Arkansas, 10 of 17 from the free throw line as 1 of 2 of those go for the Riders. It's a 14-point lead for Ouachita, under a minute to go here in this third quarter. Wright able to get it to Brittany Williams. The official went down. The official went down and couldn't really tell what happened, but nevertheless, the ball goes out of bounds to Southern Arkansas. Nice job of flashing, preventing the cutter by Gertzon. Miller flashes in, gets the steal. Gertzon controls it for Ouachita. She's going to try to get past the Southern Arkansas defense. She does. Wright kicks it out to Gertzon. Back out to Wright. Three-pointer. No good. Rebound Southern Arkansas. 15 in the third quarter. Nice job of cutting off the baseline by Maya Gertzon. She's able to get the rebound. 7 seconds. Up ahead to Miller. At the layup, no good. Rebound Gertzon. Can't get it to go at the buzzer. Now they're gonna put 0.5 on the clock and give the ball to Southern Arkansas, which essentially means that Ouachita will gain a possession because at the quarter break, it's going to be Ouachita's ball now because they're going to give the ball to Southern Arkansas with 0.5. So, yeah, Coach Collins from Southern Arkansas is not going to be happy with that one because it's similar to what happened at the end of the we're going to go back to the replay, and we're going to have to do the same thing we did at the end of the second quarter. And I kind of understand Coach Collins trying to get that replay because at the end of the second quarter, they said that we'll just call it as it is and send us to halftime. But now they're going to call it a jump ball and put 0.5, which would be Southern Arkansas's ball. But in essence, you're not going to be able to do much with 0.5, so then it would be Ouachita's ball coming out of the fourth quarter. So they're going to want to go look at that replay at the the most recent, at that last second, to see if they can get that shot clock right. See, as you'll see on your I believe that's too far back. I think they're going to want to go to the very last possession, scrub up a few, scrub forward a few in the truck. Take us to the buzzer at the end of the third quarter. It'll be after this. They're going to watch the shot clock and the game clock after we have at the buzzer, see what they end up determining after they see this replay. Going to want to pause it right when they see what happened after the miss rebound. See what they determine. They saw the same thing that you did, and they're going to call it. You watch. They are going to call it end of the third quarter, I do believe. Yeah. End of the third quarter. Your score 73-59. Ouachita up by 14 with 10 minutes to play. You're tuned in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, and we'll be back after this timeout. We prepare to begin the fourth quarter of action in this Great American Conference ball game with the Ouachita women's basketball team leading Southern Arkansas, defending a 14-point lead as we start the fourth quarter of action. It will be Southern Arkansas's ball as we start the action, and that was the review, thanks to our fellas in the truck. I believe that would have been Chris McQuistion, Matthew Brantz, Katie Hatchett, Brock Ingold, making sure the officials were able to see what they needed to see. And they did end up just calling at the end of the quarter, just like they did in the second half, and that was what Coach Collins from Southern Arkansas was really wanting, because now Southern Arkansas has the ball to start things off in the last period. Pull up from the middle of the lane is good from Warren. The lead is 12. And again, pressure from Southern Arkansas. Pass knocked away. Crow's pass. Ooh, Warren with a deep three. That's good. Quickly, 5 quick points in 35 seconds from Southern Arkansas, and this lead is into single digits. Michaela Miller will try to make it a double-digit lead, but she gets off to Wright. Almost can't control the pass. Quickly, a double team there. Wright splits it. Crow backside. Miller layup. Good. And the lead is back to 11. Miller was there on the backside, just couldn't tell if Crow was going to be able to see it. A layup quickly the other end. Gertzone gets the rebound. Backside, Miller to Crow. Layup good. Gertzone to Miller to Crow. That quickly, 4 straight from the Tigers. And it's back to 13. Warren's going to be left open. She just hit one, and she misses that one. Offensive rebound to Ezekiel. A foul's going to be called on Wright. Tough call there. Looked like Wright was bodying up straight up. And a foul's going to be called on Kaylin Wright. That is her 4th personal foul. Ezekiel now has 10 points. She goes to the free throw line. Hit her only free throw attempt so far today. 2 for 2, 77-67. Lauren Wright with the running layup, reverse layup, good. Fast-paced action tonight. Warren gets past Crow, pull up in the middle of the lane, no good. Ball battled around, controlled by Lauren Wright. Now a foul is going to be called on Warren. Kylie Warren, excuse me. Her foul is the first on Southern Arkansas in the 4th quarter. Warren's first personal foul. Full court pressure again. 12-point lead for the Tigers. Gertzone penetrates, kicks it out to Wright. 3-pointer, good from Lauren Wright. It's back to a 15-point lead. Back quickly are the Riders. Nice job of stopping the ball, but on the other end, Ariana Gwynn hits the 3-pointer on the dish. Kick out, and nice job there. Nice full court pressure, nice press offense is what I was trying to say, but a block shot by Kylie Warren into the hands of Morris. Three-pointer, top of the key, good from Jones. Jesse Jones gets the three-pointer. That's going to be a foul on Southern Arkansas's Hill. It's her 2nd personal foul, 2nd team foul of the 4th quarter. Brittany Williams checks into the lineup for Ouachita. Another wholesale substitution for Coach Adam Collins and Southern Arkansas, as the officials say to put the shot clock at 30. Lead is back to single digits for Ouachita. Wright looking inside for Williams. Nice spin move. Shot is up and a foul is going to be called. That one is also on Hill, so 2 quick ones on Hill. That one is her 3rd personal foul. Brittany Williams will go to the free throw line for Ouachita. Brittany Williams, the freshman from Central Arkansas Christian, North Little Rock. Jesse Bennett checks back into the game for Ouachita. Williams, first free throw is off to the right on the season. 85.7% free throw shooter. This team shoots 73% from the free throw line. Williams tries to get a 10-point lead, and it is good. So Williams, her first point of the game, 10-point lead for Ouachita, and a traveling violation is going to be called on Ariana Gwynn. Nice ball defense by Maya Gertzone. Kayla Miller will check back in for Ouachita, replacing Ray Osborne. Eden Crow back into the game, replacing Brittany Williams, and Coach Dallimore has to go through his whole arsenal of full court of press offenses. Looking for the home run pass or the touchdown pass Instead, they get it to Crow. She's doubled, and the ball gets to Miller. She picks up her dribble, and so Bennett's going to have to get it across, and they do call the 10-second violation, the first one of the game called against Ouachita. 30 seconds. The shot clock was going from 20 to 19. I think there might have still been some orange in that 20 when the ball crossed, but it was close enough that get the 10-second violation, as the ball was not caught until there were 19 seconds on the shot clock. And Bennett had just made that pass into the backcourt. Wright gambles. Jones has a chance to go all the way. Instead, she pulls it back out, tries a three-pointer. Probably not the decision Coach Collins was wanting. Instead, Ouachita gets the ball on the other end. Coming up on 6 minutes to play. 10-point lead for Ouachita. Now make it 12 as Eden Crow gets that pull-up jumper from the left side of the middle of the lane. She now has 22 points. Penetrate and kick is the name of the offense for these two, and they're going to call a foul on Michaela Miller. That's unfortunate for Michaela Miller. She was in good position. She had stopped. The momentum was into her, and that was just a tough call. Not a bad call by the official, just a tough in that the momentum of the player went into Miller's body and threw her off. It wasn't enough to affect the play, so the foul is called on Miller. In the right position, just didn't get the right result. Crow, nice ball defense by Eden Crow on Kesey Young. Michaela Miller the other way. Kicks it out. Bennett passes up the three. That three is going to be short. Rebound controlled by Gwen, and she stepped on the baseline. She spun, stepped on the baseline, and the ball will go over to the Tigers under their own basket with a 12-point lead. 5:25 left in the fourth quarter. Wright penetrates on Warren. They're going to call an offensive foul on Lauren Wright, as Kylie Warren did a nice job of ball defense. Couldn't quite tell if she was in guarding position or not. The official deemed that she was. Coach Dallimore talking to both officials, trying to plead his case and say at least watch for on the other end. Something of that nature. Now they're going to call a blocking foul on Eden Crow. That's going to be the fourth foul on Ouachita here in the fourth quarter. Third foul on Eden Crow. So foul trouble for Ouachita. Kaylin Wright with 4. Eden Crow and Ray Osborne each with 3. Timeout for Southern Arkansas. It is a full timeout. Ouachita 85, Southern Arkansas 73. We told you it was going to be high scoring, and it has been. And we'll be back for the final 5:07 after this timeout. You're watching the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
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 How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
85-73 after the Southern Arkansas timeout. 85-73, 5:07 remaining in the fourth quarter. This is a possession that Southern Arkansas head coach Adam Collins wants to get a bucket on, because if you can make this a single-digit deficit, going into the final 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Nice job by Eden Crow of denying the ball and knocking that one out of bounds. Senior from Genoa Central High School. Forces Young to get that one way out, and Young's going to go baseline. Nice show by Jesse Bennett, and that is definitely going to be a charge. Jesse Bennett looking over at Dr. Cluck and Coach Sharp, and felt like she just got trucked by a linebacker. She's going to feel that one, but she's going to hop up. Nice job by Jesse Bennett drawing that charge. She stood there and took it, and man, did she ever take the contact on that one. That was the first foul on Young. Quickly the other way, Michaela Miller. Doesn't get any easier than that. 23 points now for Miller, and the lead is back up to 14. That was a huge defensive stop and conversion on offense for Ouachita. You had a chance to cut this lead back down, and the foul's going to be called on Lauren Wright because she swiped over, and that is going to be the 5th personal foul on Lauren Wright. Excuse me, Kaylin Wright, my apologies. I have a feeling that's probably not the first time they've been called the wrong names. So that's the 5th personal foul on Kaylin Wright. She had great position. I think it's when the foul was called is when she came over with her hand and tried to swipe and block the shot. She might have not had the foul called on her if she had not tried to swipe at the ball, but that is instinct. So the 3-point play the old-fashioned way is good from Gwynn, and it is now a 12-point lead for Ouachita. Gertzone pulls it back out. Miller all the way in, dishes off to Crow, right in front of the basket, off the backboard, and good for Eden Crow. 24 now for Eden Crow. Lead is back to 13. Ezekiel, three-pointer, front of the rim, no good. Rebound, alternating possession as the ball is tied up between Michaela Miller and Ariana Gwynn of Southern Arkansas. The ball will alternating possession will be with the Tigers. Give it to Maya and let her go. There you go. Nobody's going to stop her. She's going to go all the way, kick it back out to Bennett. Into Crow. Layup good. Nice job by the Tiger offense of finding the open person and then getting a layup right at the basket. Three-pointer on the other end is good quickly. 91-79 now. A 12-point lead for Ouachita as we come up under 4 minutes to go. We told you it had a chance to be up and down, high scoring, and it is 91-79, and we still have under 4 minutes to go. Crow, double team, shot up, good. She's going to get called for traveling. That's a tough one. The shot went in, but she's called for traveling on the baseline. The double team came down. Crow spun to the baseline, was whistled for the extra step. So that timeout at the 5:07 mark did count as the media timeout, so we're going to roll with it. Right at the same spot we were previously. Southern Arkansas can cut it to single digits. Ouachita trying to get a stop. Instead, the layup from Hill makes it a 10-point game, 91-81. Here comes the double team. Miller to Crow. Gertzone. Right. A lot of contact. Kick it out to Bennett. Pull up from 17. Shot no good. Crow with the offensive rebound out to Gertzone. Nice closeout by Young, preventing the three-pointer, but Miller's there. Can't get the layup to go. Shot up no good, but she is fouled. And that is going to be the 4th foul on Hill. And Michaela Miller will go back to the free throw line for Ouachita. 3 of 4 tonight. Ouachita leading by 10. Michaela Miller has 23 points for Ouachita. Make it 24 as the first free throw is good. Eden Crow with 26 tonight for the Tigers. We're coming up on 3 minutes to go. Both teams are in the bonus for the rest of the way. 2 for 2 from Miller. Quickly the other way, and an errant pass from Hill out of the reach of her teammate. That is Cook. And Ouachita will have the ball in a 12-point lead. 3 minutes exactly, and Southern Arkansas gets the steal. Layup no good. Miller with the rebound. How is there not contact in that? Goodness, they're letting them go. Miller beats the pressure, picks up her dribble, gets it out to right at the top of the key. She dribbles in, shot up, no good, but a foul is going to be called. Tierra Cook, that's her 4th personal foul. No, so now Cook and Hill both have 4 for Southern Arkansas. Braden Hill has 4. Right to the free throw line. First one is good. So now Lauren Wright with 8 points. In and out on the second one. 13-point lead for Ouachita. 2:40 to go. Nice ball defense by Crow. Bennett bodies up. Jones forces her to kick it out to Young. Nice swipe by Jesse Bennett. Knocks the ball off of a rider. So nice job by Jesse Bennett of knocking the ball loose. And it will be Ouachita's ball under its own basket. Again, facing full court pressure. Crow back to Miller. Nice job by Ouachita breaking the pressure. Bennett for 3. Good for Jesse Bennett. 97-81. The lead is 16 under almost to the 2-minute mark. Nice dish off. Knocked away by Crow. Saved inbounds to Southern Arkansas. Jones, 3-pointer is good. 13-point lead as we go under 2 minutes to go. You would think 13-point lead with 2 minutes is safe, but as fast as this pace has been, there's no such thing. Lauren Wright, 3-pointer, no good. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with, they're going to go to Southern Arkansas. Now the officials are going to talk about it. I believe that's got to be Ouachita's ball, yes. The official on the sideline and the bottom of your picture had a better view of it, and he was able to overrule his partner on the baseline. So 145 was not a reset of the shot clock. So 13 on the shot clock. Now under 10. Miller kick out. Gertzon 3-pointer. Good for Maya Gertzon. The Tigers have hit the century mark. Time out. And that is a 16-point lead for Ouachita with 1:26 to go. That was a huge 3-pointer from Maya Gertzon. She now has 17, 5 3-pointers. Ouachita is 10 of 16 from 3-point range today. 100-84. 1 minute, 26 seconds remaining, and that was a big 3-pointer from Maya Gertzon late in the shot clock. As Ouachita's lead is now extended to 16 points. Ouachita on the season, trying to see how many points Ouachita came in averaging, and we'll get that. Ouachita averaging right around 83 points a game. Had 100 tonight. That will win you some ball games. So 100-84 is your score. Is our there we go. Live stats had frozen up a little bit. 100-84. Nice job by Wright. That is Lauren Wright of flashing to double up the rider. I believe that was Jennings. Alternating possession stays with Southern Arkansas. So 1:15 remaining. Jesse Bennett gets in there and ties that one up, and that'll go over to the Tigers. Great job by Jesse Bennett of getting in there, tying up the ball. And Ouachita will have possession in front of the Southern Arkansas bench. Miller to Gertzon. Coming up on 1 minute to play. Ouachita leads by 16, 100-84. Get it across. They do with 2 seconds to spare. Now Ouachita is going to go into a four corners type offense with Eden Crow running the high post. Milk some of that clock. Wrap this one up and put it in the win column for the Tigers. Eden Crow will drive to the basket. Layup good to cap things off. 102-84. Crow now with 28 to lead the way for Ouachita. And this one is going to be a win for the Ouachita Tigers. Wright, they're not going to blow the whistle anymore. They're ready to be done with this one. Wright might have gotten away with a little reach on that one. Under 30 seconds to go. Ouachita will win this one. Right now, it's determined it will be 18 more or less. Gertson dribbles all the way in. Ball knocked out of bounds. So 8 seconds on the shot clock for the Tigers, as Ouachita will win its first ball game of the season. 1-3 in this strangest of strange seasons and a strange week here in Southwest Arkansas. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Ball is stolen away. And now we have a half-court shot with we have an inadvertent whistle as the shot clock went off because Gwen, I guess, was looking at the shot clock when she released that half-court shot. But regardless, inadvertent whistle. They're going to put 6.5 back on the clock. Southern Arkansas will inbound the ball. And that's going to be a wrap. Gwen drives in, layup no good. Janae Jennings gets the rebound and the layup. And that'll do it. The final score, Ouachita 102, Southern Arkansas 86. The Tigers get the win over the Riders. Good offensive effort for Ouachita as the Tigers get their first win of the game over 3 losses. Moved to 1-3 on the season. Southern Arkansas falls to 2-8 on the season. We take a look at some of the leading scorers. It was really a three-headed monster for the Tigers. Eden Crow leads the way with 26 points. Michaela Miller with 25. Maya Gertzone with 20. They accounted for 71 of the 102 points. Actually, that is wrong. I think Eden had 20. Yes, Eden had 28 points. Michaela Miller with 25 points. Maya Gertzone with 20 points. Ouachita ended the game shooting 52.7% from the field. 39 of 74 from the field. I believe as we watch for Coach Dallimore to walk this way, we'll give him the microphone and we'll be able to talk with Coach Dallimore as he makes his way off the court. But until then, Ouachita was 11 of 21 from three-point range, 52.4% from three-point range, 65% from the free throw line. You end up out rebounding Southern Arkansas 41-31 as we are getting ready to be joined by Coach Dallimore here in a few seconds as the Ouachita Tigers defeat the Southern Arkansas Mule Riders 102-86 to get the first win of the season. Victorious Coach Robert Dallimore. Coach, congratulations on the win. This was a game. Well, before we talk about the game, congratulations on the win. I know you're excited for your team to be able to get that win at home today against Southern Arkansas. Coach, I think Alex is going to have to come turn this mic on. We got the reinforcements coming in. All right, there we go. Can you hear me? Yeah, we're good. Sorry about that, Coach. Coach, congratulations on the win. Before we talk about the game, and I know you're excited that your girls were able to come out and get the win in a big offensive performance today.
Well, I think Adam does a great job, and anytime you play them, they do such a great job of pressuring you. And we had a few moments because of our youth, and inexperience that we threw the ball all over the yard. But much to our kids' credit, they kept battling, and we stayed consistent. And I think the kids have been putting in a lot of extra time on their own in the gym. At least that's what they're telling me.
Yeah.
And so it kind of paid off in some big threes.
Actually talked about that during the game. After that Arkansas Tech game, after the men's game last Saturday night, several of your team had come in and gotten the gun out and shot. And that over 50% from the field today, over 50% from three-point range and from the field. Now, a lot of those were layups in transition when you're able to get down, whether it's Michaela or whoever, being able to beat Southern Arkansas in transition. But you got to be pleased with shooting over 50% from three-point range as well.
And I think let's give credit to the kids for keeping themselves in shape. And then when they came back and we had all this missed time, that they really worked hard and got after it and competed so that they were able to work themselves back into shape slowly. So we've been back a couple of weeks now, and I think now we're able to finish a little bit better, and hopefully we'll continue that going forward.
It's one thing to know that full court pressure is coming at you every possession, but it's another thing to handle that pressure. It looks like you had to go deep into the playbook of press offenses because Southern Arkansas was going to bring pressure every time, even on misses, and your guys had to be ready to take that.
They are a fantastic press team, and our kids just handled it. That's the thing about the press. All presses are basically, Coach Foley used to tell me, he said, Rob, all presses are basically the same. He said, once you get the ball in, it's a trap and a man and a half, and it's just a matter of kids keeping their calm. Like, you don't know exactly where the pressure is going to be, what the exact angles are, because it's different every time based on exactly where the ball is on the floor. So it's just about your kids handling it and then not trying to dribble through 2 or 3 people.
And not only that, when you score, they're going to try to get down and score faster.
Oh,
so
man,
you have no time to
100
celebrate.
miles.
You've got to get back. You've got to get back quickly.
There's never time to celebrate in this league. All the teams in this league grab the ball out the net and go 100 miles. We have got to improve at that. Yeah. That's got to get better.
Michaela Miller with 26 points, Eden Crow with 28, Maya Gertson with 20. Offensively, it was there for your Lady Tigers coach. Congratulations. I know that maybe we'll get into a rhythm as the season ends, but it's a good time to be able to be playing good offensively, and I know that that's where you want to be going into these last couple of weeks of the season.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and we're going to have our hands full. Henderson's hot as heck right now, and we're going to be playing them on Monday, so I look forward to it. And let me tell my son Caleb hi at Berry College. Hope you're watching. Love you, son.
All right, Coach Dallimore, congratulations. The Ouachita defeats Southern Arkansas 102-86. The Tigers move to 1-3 on the season, get the win here at Bill Vining Arena. That'll wrap it up for our women's broadcast. Again, we thank you for watching. And also remember, if you are a former Lady Tiger or Tigerette basketball player, we invite you to check out the Facebook page, Ouachita Baptist University Women's Basketball Alumni. Teresa Schaefer-Raymond is organizing a group of people a reunion in the fall, and they would like to connect with you. And so if you're watching this broadcast, we appreciate your support of Tiger basketball and Coach Dallimore and the Ouachita women's basketball team. And check out their Facebook page, and you can connect in that group that can support women's basketball here at Ouachita. That'll wrap it up. We'll stop this one. If you're tuned in for the men's game, I ask you to hop out. We'll start the men's stream in a few minutes, about 27 minutes to tip-off between the Ouachita Tigers and the Southern Arkansas Mule Riders. The Mule Riders at the top of the Great American Conference East Division, and Coach Dennis Nutt's Tigers will try to pull the upset at home tonight. Again, your score in the women's game, Ouachita 102, Southern Arkansas 86. That'll do it for Michael Westbrook and our crew who couldn't be here today, and our crew at the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. This is Chris Babb. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.